Alright, welcome. We're speedrunning today. Oh my goodness, it's been a very long time since I've done this. It's been far too long, actually. So it's about time I did another one of these. It's about time I finished another one of these. We're going to be doing Nightmare difficulty. There is no other option. And we're going to be going for the what is the bad ending in this game, the what am I ending, as it's called. And we're going to be trying to get the world record, too. So let's see how we do. There'll be plenty to yap on about during this, so hopefully you all enjoy. If you're new to the channel, this is going to be a very typical thing that I do. You know, I like doing the My Singing Monsters videos, those are fun, but most of the videos on this channel are going to be speedruns, and I'll keep you, you know, I'll promise this much, the speedruns won't be as boring as Into the Pit. I'm already slandering this game immediately. Spam through the dialogue. This game, I have learned to have... I've got a complicated relationship with this game, and I've learned that I don't hate it, but it's not that fun to speedrun, but I'm very determined to get this run done. So that's what we're here to do today. We're here to do this run in particular. I've actually been trying to get it done within the last 2 months, and have just failed to finish a run at all. And part of the reason for that has just been the route. The route is so difficult. I genuinely believe it is the fastest route for this game, but man, is it volatile and so prone to mistakes and skill issues, which there are no shortage of skill issues on my part. What are we doing right now? Alright, this is just the prologue. There's a little threshold here where we'll speed up and then Chip will start chasing us so he can catch us. That's when we turn around. Little things. I'll try to explain as much as I can while I yap. But we're playing 3 games with these 2 goons in order to move the plot along. And now we're playing the 3rd game, hide and seek. Our goal is to fail them as quickly as possible. Although in this case, in the case of hide and seek, our goal is actually to succeed as quickly as possible, because we will be winning this game of hide and seek. Which is very nice. But yeah, this run in particular has been such a pain for me to get done. And it's made me resent this game a little bit. I do still like Into the Pit, but you know, maybe not as much as I used to. It's been it's been about 2 months since I did a run, and that's because I've been spending intermittently between like recordings about 2 months just trying to get this one run done. Ooh, scary guys here. Gotta hold our breath and release. One thing you might have seen happen there is when the game was telling me to hold my breath, it paused until I hit space. And then when he left, it paused again until I released space, when it told me to release space. It wouldn't do that if I had a certain setting switched on called auto-hiding minigames. So why don't I have that switched on? Doesn't that just make sense? If the game's not going to pause, obviously the game pausing and waiting for me is losing me time. Why don't I turn that setting on? The reason being is because I genuinely believe that, and I haven't confirmed this beyond a shadow of a doubt, but I'm fairly confident that later on, when we do need to hide for real, on, for example, at least one time we'll have to hide on night 5, doing the hiding minigame manually will be much quicker than letting the game play it by itself, letting the game complete it automatically. So the time that we save on the manual hiding later on in the run will be more time save in comparison to what we would save by having it on auto hiding minigames in that one instance in the prologue here. So hopefully that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yellow rabbits here. So I actually don't know if you guys can hear the absolute, just the violent spamming of my keyboard that may or may not be prevalent throughout this speedrun, but it's there, and I hope it's not too distracting. But either way, that's the end of the prologue, or almost the end of the prologue. We got some dialogue to sit through. As usual, this game's got a lot of talking. There we go, Dad's getting grabbed. Typical Sunday. This happens all the time. Spam E to rescue Dad. spam the E key. So we are going for the world record. And the time to beat is... I don't know what the world record time to beat is, but my personal best time to beat, if we're comparing it to my last run that I did, which was a 1-star run, which is very similar to this run, the time to beat is about 33 minutes. So if we can somehow clear that, we've done a really good job. But, you know, the main goal is just to finish a run. So the game finally starts now that it's night 1, now that we've gotten past the prologue. Spring Dad has replaced our real dad, and that's not good. So we got to do something about it. We want to call Mum. So we're going to get the phone. So we're going to go in here. There's a rope in here. Grab the rope. There's a battery in here. Grab the battery. You're going to need both of those, and you can rely on those being there all the time. We're going to take the battery, and we're going to bring it into this room and use it in the radio, which is going to lure the yellow rabbit in there. He's not going to come through the kitchen. He's going to come through the other door, which gives us an opportunity to get into the bedroom after him, after he's left. You can see him running away there. And now we grab the phone and call Mum. Mum's phone number is always the same, so if you just remember what it is, you can put it in very quickly. We get jump scared through the phone, and now we have to go and hide. We can juke him around the kitchen counter here and hide under the table. Now, there's a reason that we're hiding under the table. It's very good that we're hiding under the table, because during this sequence here, what would usually happen is he would check under the table, and we'd have to shine our flashlight in his face to stun him. Then we'd get kicked out of the hiding spot, and we'd have to go find somewhere else to hide. That doesn't happen, though. Because we don't have the flashlight, the game doesn't let him check under the table. So this hiding spot is the quickest place that we can hide in. That whole sequence is a lot shorter. That whole sequence of being under the table is a lot shorter than the other sequences in the other hiding spots. The only other hiding spot really is under the bed in the bedroom. And that would also be worse because it's further away than when we need to go, because this hiding spot is right next to where we need to go, which is this room, now that Mum's home. So we skip that, and now we need to leave the house. We skipped that whole sequence. We called Mum. She came home. She's like, how dare you? How dare you call me? So now we're leaving. Now we're going to the pizzeria of our own accord. We're going to leave through the front door. I'm very proud of that route. I came up with that whole night 1 in the house route myself. I'm very proud of it, personally. There might be a way to make it faster, but I have to spend some time testing that. Because I've seen some other runners do some pretty interesting things with line of sight, which is very interesting. And who knows, if I do another run after this, which I do plan maybe to do another 3-star run, and maybe another 2-star run, I'll consider amending that strategy to become even faster. Okay. So now we've made it to night 1 in the pizzeria. There's really not much to do here. We can see this kid's in distress. Now that we've found out he's in distress, we're going to leave. Not because we want to leave him alone, but because we want to go and grab ourselves a screwdriver to help him out. So we're going to ask the owner of the establishment, Mr. Jeffrey Pizza, if he wants to hand us a screwdriver. I've got a feeling he'll know... I've got a feeling he won't have a screwdriver, but he might be able to hand us the keys to the basement so that we can find a screwdriver ourselves. That's just a feeling I got, just a bit of an inkling. So we get stuck here for a second, which is a bit annoying once we get the flashlight. So he wants us to take out the trash. We're going to do that. We will comply and take out the trash for him. Going to the mill. And there are also some items that we need to grab here. I accidentally I'll master the mill one day. I grabbed a lot of unnecessary things, but the important things we got were... the only important thing we got was the rat trap, which we will need on night 2. But we also got... we also threw out the trash for Jeffrey Pizza here, so we also get the keys to the basement, because we did his little job for him. So now we can go and get the screwdriver from the basement in the past, and we can set that kid free, and that'll be the end of night 1. Night 1 is very, very calm. There's not a lot going on with night 1. There's not a lot to worry about, which is nice to a certain degree. But the real problem nights, which might surprise you, are night 2 and night 3. Those are the issues that we're going to run into. Those are the parts of the run that are going to cause us the most grief. Funnily enough, especially night 2. I've been having a lot of trouble with night 2, when I really shouldn't, but I have been. Now, usually what we would do, now that we've got the screwdriver, is we'd go to the front entrance of the pizzeria, and we'd unscrew a vent, in order to give us an escape route on night 2, which would make night 2 a lot easier. But that would take a lot. We'd have to go out of our way to do that, which loses us about 30 seconds of time. We can complete night 2 without making that escape route available to us, but it does make night 2 a lot harder. So that's one of the main reasons night 2 is a problem for us, is because it's very volatile. It's very prone to things going wrong because the AI goes somewhere we don't want it to. So we'll see how it goes down. Now's a good time because we've got some cutscenes to sit through. Very brief cutscenes. I'll show you an image on the screen. Right there. That is an image I took of the 1-star run that I did previously on this channel. That's the last speedrun that I did. You can see we're actually doing pretty good, and we've saved about 30 seconds by not opening that vent on the night 1 split. And 33 minutes is the time to beat. Mum's here. So now we've got to do the day 2 stuff, which is kind of boring. You know, there's not a lot going on day 2. But we can make it through. That's one of the things that's a bit frustrating about running this game is you can see the run typically should be about 30 to 35 minutes long. That's how long we'd expect the run to go. But it takes about 12 minutes to get to the parts of the run that require us, where we're likely to fail. Which is frustrating. Spending 12 minutes doing the same thing over and over again just to fail, that's demoralizing. And that's why it's taken me 2 months to get this run done. I've moved into a different home in the time it's taken me to get this run done. So I'm definitely hoping, I mean, I've got this recording set up here now, which is nice. I'm hoping that with all this set up, today is the day that I can finally get this run done. So let's hope that we do. We've got a couple more errands to do. We've just got to talk to this kid over here. He's the kid who lit the firecracker. He's going to give us a firecracker on day 4 if we give him something, which we will be getting those firecrackers because that'll skip a large portion of the game that we don't want to have to play through. This lady's getting bullied, so we're going to be nice to her. She's going to give a notebook to us. We're going to look at it for half a second and leave. And that's the end of day 2. Almost. I mean, we've got to get back to the house. And then that'll be the end of day 2. And then night 2 begins, and that's where things can go wrong. And I'm crossing my fingers, crossing my toes, crossing every other part of my body, all the other digits that can be crossed in some form, shape, or way, that we can get through night 2. Because I genuinely think night 2 might be the toughest one for us. I've practiced night 3 quite a bit. I'm pretty confident with night 3. Now, we have to escape the house again, but we can't go through the front door. Every night when we have to escape the house, we have to find a different way out. Because the previous escape route that we used gets boarded up. So now that we've used the attic window, we can't use that again on night 3. But that's okay, because we've got a better escape route on night 3. We've got a much quicker one. We only have to escape the house 3 times. We would have to escape the house 4 times if it weren't for the firecrackers that we'll get on night 4. So that's why we're going to get them, because then we can skip that whole part with the house. Now it's night 2. Night 2 is where things can go wrong. I must reiterate. Everything I say might not make it to the big screen, but maybe it will. So let's hope things go well. Out of the pit. Oswald's going to chat. The power's going to go out. So first things first, we need to switch that back on immediately. We've tripped, but that's okay. I don't think Yellow Rabbit is active until you switch the power back on. So power is back on. So now we need to go hide because he has heard that. He does know where we are, but before we hide, we're going to trigger this to fall over, because that's a little mini cutscene where we get stopped. We don't want to have to deal with that later. There he is. He's not going to check, because he's not very intelligent. Okay, we might have to be quick here. To access this... Okay. So, I don't think the yellow rabbit was moving towards the kitchen, but if he was, we would have to be very quick there, because the moment he gets in the kitchen, and he makes the decision to open that door that we tried to open, this cutscene wouldn't trigger. This cutscene is necessary to continue the game. If he's on the other side of that door trying to interact with it, this cutscene wouldn't trigger, which would kill the run. It really would kill the run. So now that we've triggered that cutscene, we can collect a rat. We're going to need a rat. So we can place the rat trap down, go up, the rat gets caught, pick up the rat, and now Yellow Rabbit's right there. He's going to give us a boost when he sees us, which is very kind of him. And now we're going to go back to the present to put this rat to good use. We need to get ourselves a slice of pizza, but I don't think Jeffrey Pizza's just going to let us have it for free. Jeffrey Pizza, can I have a pizza for free? He says no. Okay, I'm going to have to plant a rat in your establishment and possibly get this place shut down. So we're going to go over here next to this lady. She's scared of rats, so that's good. It's like a noisemaker. So we can go into the kitchen and steal a slice of pizza. And not get caught on the kitchen counter, ideally. I believe we're almost done with night 2. We just need to be careful, so I'm going to maybe shut up for a second to make sure that we get this done well. Okay. I'm just walking because I want to be safe, but he's going towards the front entrance, which is actually good because he'll probably... Why did he hear that? Okay. So he's just heard that I put that pizza down, which is unfortunate. I think I know how we can... I'm gonna hide. This is gonna save us time if I hide early, because he's not going to trigger a hiding minigame if I hide early. So we had to hide there, which is a real shame. It really is, but we can get out now. And now we can run to the front entrance. He's heard that. That's really annoying, actually. I hope I can get to the door in time. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Oh, we made it just in time. And we can trigger the cutscene. That was very close. That was extremely close. That was awesome, though. Alright, so we were able to trigger that cutscene. That cutscene would not have triggered if we were actively being chased when we entered that room. So we got very lucky there. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I think I played that incredibly well. That's what I mean when I say this can be very volatile, because that's never happened before in a run. That whole sequence of events, that's not planned. That's just something I had to improvise. So I'm actually quite proud of myself. This is looking good. We're on to day 3 now. If we can get through day 3, if we can get through night 3, this run is in the bag, which will be really good, because this is the first attempt today. On other days, it's taken multiple attempts, and I've had nothing to show for it. So if we can get this run done, I'll be incredibly happy. So... there are things that we will have to remember. For example, on day 4, we need to remember in the... We can try and get an item in the pizzeria if we want to. That could be a smart decision. We'll see. But we've got to go to school. I'm sort of planning out the game plan in my head. We've got to go to school. This is going to take about 1.5 minutes to get through. That's fine. Just a couple errands that we need to do. It's no big deal. There's a rabbit in our classroom, except we're just seeing things, so it's fine. The teacher says go do some errands for us. We're going to go get her notebook. But before we can do that, we have to do an errand for the principal. Oh no, so many jobs. This part, honestly, this part almost is the most filler kind of gameplay in here. It's like, oh, the teacher wants you to grab the notebook. Oh, you can't get the notebook until you get the principal's keys. Like, why is this in the game? I'm sorry. But I feel like there were more interesting things you could do with the daytime part. I mean, I guess you have to show some element of normalcy. That's kind of the whole point of the story, is you've got the contrast between the normalcy of the day sections and the insanity of the night sections. But then the insanity is so pervasive that it leaks into the daytime sections. I guess it's fine. There's probably not much else they really could do. But that's the end of day 3 anyway. So, moving on. Honestly, really, day 2 only takes 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's crazy. I don't know why that's such a shock to me. It really shouldn't be. Night 3, we gotta focus here. I gotta do some counting in certain places. Hopefully, everything goes well. I've practiced night 3 quite a bit. I believe that I can do it, but I've got to be smart about this. So hopefully I am. If I lose, I'll be upset. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I believe I need to be very quick in order to get this done the way I want it to. Hello, Jeffrey Pizza. So we're running straight to the pit. Just like the last 2 days, nothing has changed. Alright, I'm going to focus up. I'm going to focus up here for a second because the yellow rabbit spawns outside the ball pit room on this night. And we're going to have to trail behind him. Four, 5, 6, 7. Running to catch up. Okay. So that's honestly the hardest part, getting behind him right there. So we've got to use our sticky hand that we got on day 3. Chica's going to alert Mr. Fella, but that's fine. We don't really have enough time, so I'm going to use the key to the arcade here. And now we're safe. Now that we've made it into this room, the yellow rabbit has despawned. And this is like a restart. So it's good that we managed to get in here on time without getting seen. So now that we've done that, we've got to go backstage and inspect a guitar so that we can learn what to do next. So we can take this vent to the basement. Just through this door is the backstage with the guitar that we need to inspect. And we need to get ready. The moment he shows up there, we can go through the curtains and run past him to get back into the pit. Such a cool strategy, in my opinion. I'm really proud of it, and I'm glad we managed to execute it pretty much flawlessly there. Now, we're not done, but that's the hardest part of night 3. And, in turn, that's actually the hardest part of the run. Believe it or not, I hesitate to say this is the furthest I've ever gotten while doing this run, but it's the furthest I've gotten in a while. So I've got a smile on my face right now because it's just been so long, so many attempts of this just not working out the way that I have wanted it to. So I'm quite happy at the moment. Like this guy, he's laughing. I'm not quite laughing, but I am happy. This is the school bully. He's caught us rummaging through the garbage. He thinks we're looking for food, but we were just grabbing Bonnie's guitar strings. That makes more sense. That'll work. Just tell him. He'll understand. No, I'm not looking for food or clothes or anything. I'm looking for the animatronic bunny's guitar strings so that I can lure him out of the arcade so that I can save a kidnapped kid. He'll understand. Alright. He's going to be outside the ball pit room again, so I'm going to be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to walk because I do not want to trigger him. There we go. We've got the guitar strings, we can repair the guitar. And now we can play the guitar. And now, that's another opportunity, that's another moment, once we start using this guitar, that the yellow rabbit despawns. Now that we've lured Bonnie out of the arcade, we can go this way. There's a cutscene here, I'm not touching the keyboard, nothing, I don't have to do anything here. Now that we've lured Bonnie out of the arcade, we can go in there and save that kid. And that's the end of night 3, which is really good, because that means it's in the bag, we've done it. Spam the spacebar. We don't want to get caught. And now it's time to get night 3 over and done with. Yeah, that was likely Chica. I'm glad it was, but still spooky. And that's night 3. Now that we've interacted with this kid and said, hey, I'm gonna save you. I just got a phone call. Now's not the time. Now that we've saved this kid, night 3 is over. We don't have to worry about it anymore. But we do have to run away. We do have to get back to the pit. My phone is blowing up. And I don't appreciate it. Not now. Not of all times. I've spent... This speedrun, I'm sorry, is a lot more important to me than a phone call. From a private number. Of which I don't know the caller. Maybe it's the police. Maybe they want to arrest me for speeding. Oh, well, you know what? This run has been good so far, so we're allowed to pet the cat. Okay, so day 4... this is unfamiliar territory all of a sudden. Day 4, I need to remember what to do. We have to go up the attic here. You see a mask falls down. We're going to need that to trade that with the firecracker kid in order to get our hands on the firecrackers. So... we're going to take this to school. Well, actually, we're not going to take it to school. We're going to take it to the library, but we need to go to school first in order to progress the story. You can't really sequence break in this game. And all the sequence breaking that does exist isn't really sequence breaking. It's just, you know, a skip that's programmed into the game, like with the firecrackers. Because we aren't going to have to escape the house like we did on the last 3 nights, because we're going to get the firecrackers. Dylan, I think his name is Dylan. Yeah, it is. He's showing everyone the pictures. Everyone's making fun of us, I think. But we're having nightmares. So, the only possible answer is to resort to violence. Hit him. We have hit him. So now we need to run away, because we don't want to get in trouble. We're going to go to the pit, but before we go to the pit, we're going to go to the library and trade for those firecrackers, because we're going to need them. Day 4. We're almost done with the run, actually. So, we're doing pretty good. There we go. Given the Freddy mask, we get the firecrackers. All's good. Let's go to the pizzeria. Night 4. Night 4 is very simple, very quick. Hopefully things don't go wrong. Once again, this game can be a little rude and cause problems for us, but chances are it won't. But what's that law? I feel like why do you gotta talk there? Alright, buddy. There's like that law where, like, if anything bad can happen, it will happen. I don't know what it's called, though. One thing you'll see me doing on this ladder, by the way, is when I hit E, the animation, I just snap to the ladder and start climbing it. Because I'm hitting E at a certain point, at a certain place. If I were to hit E earlier or later, there would be an animation of Oswald slowly walking up to the correct position and then climbing the ladder. But because we hit E at the correct point, we don't have to deal with that animation. We just climb the ladder. We just snap to the ladder. Okay. What's going on? We just used the firecrackers to lure Freddy out of the security room. If we didn't have those already, we would have to leave and then get sent home and then have to leave home and then get the firecracker. It's a whole deal. We don't have to deal with that because we got the firecrackers early, which is nice. We got to go to Cam 4, so we're hitting 3. Oh no, we've been jump scared on the cameras. We need to lure the yellow rabbit somewhere, so we can do that by going in here and spamming the call button on our phone. That'll make enough noise to distract him, And now we can go back in here. The girl's been taken. Oh no. We might have been moving so fast you didn't even realize there was a girl in here. But she is being taken, and that's not good. We need to go save her. Freddy is in the way. Please move. This is a waste of time. Thank you. So she's been taken into the kitchen. That's Chica. Okay. This is alright. I believe... Okay. I'm gonna hide real quick. Because I don't want a hiding minigame to start. Hopefully he goes to the right. He is. That's really good for us. So again, it's a lot better for us to hide before he sees us than to hide after he sees us, because we don't have to deal with a hiding minigame and it saves us a little bit of time. Now he's going to be on his way back very quickly, so I would like this cutscene to get a move on. He's might be coming down. So hopefully we are fast enough. We can get into the kitchen. Yes, we are. Now that we have the hammer, we can get the girl out. And that, believe it or not, is the end of night 4. We've already completed night 4. We've already done everything that we need to. Wasn't that easy? We even had a little improvisational hiding moment. But still, much shorter than night 3. And night 2. And night 1. And the final night is... nigh upon us. And that one is also very simple, but there's one last risky maneuver we have to deal with at the beginning of night 5, and as long as we can get past it, we'll be good. So just like all the other nights, we need to run back to the pit. Bonnie's there, so... Oh, I've fallen over. It's alright though, because we don't have to run very fast, so he doesn't have much time to speed up. But he does get fast. That is a little bit spooky. But that's night 4. Night 5 is here. I know it says day 5, but there isn't really a day 5. Day 5 is going to the pizzeria. That's it. So here we go. Can we beat the 33-minute time? I've got to remember which ending we're going for. We're going for the What Am I ending. Keep that in mind, Mr. Speedrunner fellow. I will keep that in mind. And this has gone so smoothly, man. I'm so happy with how this has gone. This is a really good run too. This has gone fairly smoothly. We've had to hide twice, which, even though we did it well, it has lost us some time. But this is good. This is the final... This is the final thing. This is the final event. Night 5. There it is. Can I do this in less than 3 minutes? Let's see. We have to go to Jeffrey Pizza's office, which is in the past security office, where the security office used to be. Right in here. And we have to ask him for the keys to the ball pit, because he's locked the room. And now the final chase begins. As soon as we leave this door, he's going to show up. There he is. So let's run back to the pit, and let's get this done. Now, we're going to be in trouble if we trip, honestly. Very honestly, we're going to be in trouble if we trip, so hopefully we don't trip. I've never tripped during this final chase, but, you know, there's a first for everything. We have to do a very particular evasion of this yellow rabbit here. So we're running, into here, and now we have to wait. Once he opens that door, we can run through in order to lure him. Doors really slow him down, and now we can hide in this vent here. And now we need to do the hiding minigames. I'm purposely pressing buttons as well, as you saw there, in order to make the spiders come down faster, in order to get that in order to make that hiding minigame finish quicker. And now, that's pretty much it. We've done everything we need to. We're completely safe in this area, where we need to grab an item. We need to grab the key card to the party room. The party room key card. There it is. Pick that up. And now we can go back through the vent we came through, which is good because we've spent enough time, he will have walked away from there. We can go back through the vent we came through. He's not even in this room anymore, so he probably went up. I've accidentally triggered a noisemaker, but that's totally fine, because now that we're here, we're safe. And once we go through this vent that this little girl is next to, he will despawn. He will despawn from the game, and there will be no more threats for us to deal with. Look at that timer. There's Dad. We finally did it. We saved Dad. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful experience this has been. We gotta hide again. Yellow Rabbit's coming to take him away. What a shame. There he is. I'm so happy that this has gone off. I'm so happy with how this has gone today. The amount of time I've spent doing this run in particular, and how much trouble it's caused me, is, man, it's like I'm slaying a dragon. I'm so happy to finally get this done. And maybe, you know, it's a little motivating. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little motivating. Maybe I'll do another run. Maybe even right after this. I don't know, we'll see. But here it is. This is the moment. This is how we get the bad ending. We don't press anything, and we get eaten. We get eaten. And now we're here. Ooh, what's going on? Freddy Fazbear's over there. Everyone's being so nice. We're getting PNG jump scares. This is so wild. And who's over here? Who's waiting for us? None other than the Yellow Rabbit himself. Dun dun dun. We are robot. We are, what am I? And it's a game over, which is hilarious because so that's a completed run. We won. This is the good ending. I'm very happy. Play the party horns and whatever, but it's very funny doing this ending on nightmare mode because it is technically a game over. So that save file is gone. I don't have that save file anymore. I can't replay that. It's completely gone. It's wiped. So that's absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much for watching this speedrun. Thank you if you're new to the channel and you thought, hey, if you came from the My Singing Monsters videos and you're new to the channel and you thought, hey, I'll check out this thing that he's doing, this looks interesting, thank you very much. I hope that this was enjoyable. This should be the world record, actually. I can't pull up the time that we had. I think it was a 33:27, but that's the 1-star time. So we got very close to beating the 1-star, but that is the world record. As far as I'm aware, that is easily the world record. So thank you so much for watching. It means a lot, and I'll hopefully see you next time. There are more speedruns to come. Maybe there'll be more Into the Pit speedruns. I'm looking forward to doing more Help Wanted 2 speedruns. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.